Hi students, today I am going to deal the topic telemedicine from the chapter Modern Imaging System. Telemedicine from the chapter Modern Imaging System. Learning objectives. Upon completion of this presentation, you will be able to understand the concepts of telemedicine, definition, importance of telemedicine system, functionality of telemedicine system, types of telemedicine, basic block diagram of telemedicine system and applications of telemedicine system. Upon completion of this presentation, you will be able to understand the concepts of telemedicine definition, importance of telemedicine system, functionality of telemedicine system, types of telemedicine, block diagram of telemedicine system and applications of telemedicine system. Applications of telemedicine system. What is telemedicine? Telemedicine is the use of telecommunication and information technologies in order to provide clinical health care at a distance. Telemedicine, it is the use of telecommunication and information technologies in order to provide clinical health care at a distance. It can be talked as the practice of medicine over a distance where the patient and the doctor interact remotely, usually using a computer and a computer mounted camera. It is the practice of medicine over a distance where the patient and the doctor, they interact with each other remotely, usually using a computer and computer mounted cameras. These technologies allow communications between patients and medical staff with both convenience as well as the transmission of medical imaging and health informatics data from one side to another. So by using the technology, the telecommunication and information technologies, you will be able to communicate between patient and medical staff with both convenience as well as transmission of medical imaging and health informatics data from one side to another. It is also used to save lives in critical care and emergency situations. It is also used to save lives in critical care and emergency situations. Telemedicine is used to save the lives in critical care and emergency situations. So telemedicine is nothing but the use of electronic information and communication technology to provide and support health care when distance separates the participants. So the use of two-way telecommunication by which two or more physicians can consult on a patient. The consulting physician have access to the diagnostic information as well as the ability to view and question the patient directly before making a diagnosis or offering a professional opinion. So telecommunication technology plus medicine forms the telemedicine. Telemedicine can be broadly defined as healthcare services delivered through communication networks. It can be broadly defined as healthcare services delivered through telecommunication networks. Telemedicine can be broadly defined as healthcare services delivered through telecommunication networks. In other means, telemedicine is the transfer of patients' electronic medical data for diagnosis, treatment as well as clinical education. treatment as well as clinical education. So telemedicine, it is broadly defined as the healthcare service delivered through telecommunication networks. In other means, telemedicine is the transfer of patients' electronic medical data for diagnosis, treatment as well as clinical education. So the definition given by World Health Organization about telemedicine is delivery of healthcare services where distance is a critical factor by all healthcare professionals using information and communication technology for exchange of valid information for diagnosis, treatment and prevention of diseases and injuries, research and evaluation, and for continuing education of healthcare providers, all in the interest of advancing the health of individuals and their communities. So, according to WHO, World Health Organization, telemedicine is delivery of healthcare services where distance is a critical factor by all healthcare professionals using information and communication technology for exchange of valid information for diagnosis, treatment and prevention of diseases and injuries, research and evaluation, and for continuing education of healthcare providers, all in the interests of advancing the health of individuals and their communities. So, importance of telemedicine. Telemedicine is allowing healthcare practitioners to provide medical advice to the patients through tele or remotely with many benefits. We have many following benefits with telemedicine. That is, what are the benefits we can have with telemedicine is, there are several benefits which I am going to discuss in the next coming slides. I am going to discuss the benefits of telemedicine. So, telemedicine is the application of telecommunication and computer technology to deliver health care from one location to another location. To deliver health care from one location to another location. So, telemedicine involves the use of modern information technology to deliver timely health services to those in need by electronic transmission of the necessary expertise and information among geographically dispersed parties, including physicians and patients, resulting in a better care and management of the available resources to increase cost effectiveness. It is the use of modern information technology to deliver timely health services to those in need by the electronic transmission of necessary expertise and information among geographically dispersed parties, including physicians and patients, resulting in a better care and management of the available resources to increase the cost effectiveness. So, telemedicine technology includes hardware, software, medical equipment and communication links. So, it includes the hardware, software, the medical equipment and communication links. So, the technology and the infrastructure is telecommunication network with input and output devices at each connected locations. So, what are the essential parameters for telemedicine? Telemedicine systems are based on multimedia computing. And it supports live multi-way conversation between physicians, patients, and specialists. It facilitates offline consultations among healthcare team members. A detailed electronic patient record is to be created so that the necessary information can be accessed when desired. So, in the basic principle of telemedicine is telemedicine applications and sites should be selected pragmatically rather than philosophically. Clinical drivers and telemedicine users must own the systems. Telemedicine management and support should be from the bottom up rather than from the top down. The technology should be user friendly as possible, and telemedicine users must be well trained and they must be supported both technically and professionally. And telemedicine applications should be evaluated in a clinically appropriate and user friendly manner. Information about the development of telemedicine must be shared. So, it is a system which is based on multimedia computing. It supports live multi-way conversation between physicians and patients and specialists. It facilitates offline consultation among healthcare and team members. So, a detailed electronic patient record is to be created so that the necessary information can be accessed when desired. One of the oldest known teleradiography system, cardiology system for teletransmission of ECG was established in Gwalior at GR Medical College. The first Ayurveda telemedicine center was established in India in 2007 by Dr. Pratap Chauhan, Director of Jiva Ayurveda. So, telemedicine. Telemedicine aim is, what is the aim of telemedicine? To deliver specialized health care and advice within reach of patient at a distance place. The aim of telemedicine is to deliver specialized medical care and advice within reach of patient at distant places. So, the objective is to provide specialized medical advice, to monitor patient condition, to guide other medical staff about treatment procedures, and share patient data among institutions for research purposes. So, the aim of telemedicine is to deliver specialized medical care and advice within reach of patient who is at a distant place. Then the objective is to provide specialized medical advice, to monitor patient condition, to guide other medical staff about treatment procedures, and to share patient data among institutions for research purpose. Coming to the next thing is the functions of telemedicine. Video conferencing between patient and specialist doctors is necessary. Video conferencing between different specialists and other healthcare professionals is done. Monitoring patients' vitals and statistics in ICU units. Then security in data connection, transfer of patients' medical data among hospitals, and storage of information. So, these are the various functions. You are going to have a video conference between the patient and the specialist doctors, a video conference between patient, specialists and healthcare professionals, and monitoring patient vitals and statistics in ICUs, security in data connection, transfer of patient medical data among hospital, storage of information. So telemedicine functionality, from the block diagram you can understand the patient information is acquired by the patient's medical. You will acquire the medical data of the patient, then it is transmitted, the medical data is stored, stored in the server or the web database, and which can be accessed by the expert doctor. He can view and interpret them, and he can take the expert opinion, and that opinion will be given back to the healthcare professionals. So remotely transmit telemedicine center, the information will be, the opinion of the expert will be given, or video and image conferencing can also take place between the expert doctors to know their expert opinion. So telemedicine functionality, remote doctor, what is the functionality of telemedicine? The functionalities of telemedicine are remote doctor identifies the need of telemedicine opinion. He prepares electronic patient for telemedicine. This includes patient demographical information, patient's personal and family history, patient's medical data in the form of image or video or special graphical display, audio and report. Patient's file is then compressed and transferred through all the data. All the required data is acquired from the patient and it is sent to the database and it is stored in the server. So patient file is compressed and transferred through communication media. The expert views and he interprets the medical data. Expert gives opinion in computerized format, or he may do the video conferencing. During the video conferencing, data can be sent to the expert. Interactive whiteboard or chat and live medical image conferencing can also be done. So these are the functionalities of telemedicine. A remote doctor identifies the need of telemedicine opinion. The remote doctor identifies the need of telemedicine opinion, prepares electronic patient for telemedicine, that is, it includes patient's demographical information, patient's personal and past history, family history, then patient's medical data in the form of images, video or special graphical display, audio and other reports. Patient file is compressed and it is transferred through various communication media. The experts views and interprets medical data. The expert gives opinion in computerized format or do the video conferencing. During video conferencing, data can be sent to the expert. Interactive whiteboard, chat and live medical image conferencing can also be done. Interactive whiteboard, chat and live medical image conferencing can also be done. So this is about telemedicine functionality. Types of telemedicine. Interactive telemedicine services, we have specialist and primary care consultations. Then we have store and forward telemedicine, remote monitoring and imaging services. So these are the different types of telemedicines we have. Interactive telemedicine services, specialist and primary care consultations, store and forward telemedicine, remote monitoring and imaging services. Interactive telemedicine services, specialists and primary care consultations, store and forward telemedicine, remote monitoring and imaging services. So what are the equipment used in telemedicine? There are several equipments. We need a PC or a desktop PC is required. Then we need a digital camera, an LCD monitor, digital microscope, ECG machine or scanner. These are some of the equipments which are used in telemedicine. There are several equipments that are used, like medical equipments like microscope or tele ECG machine or tele stethoscope or X-ray machine. Then IT equipments like X-ray digitized scanner, photo scanner or color printers or switches or hub, and then LED displays. Okay, medical equipments like tele microscope, tele ECG machine, tele stethoscope and X-ray machine. And IT equipments like X-ray digitized scanner, photo scanner, color printers. Then we have switches or hub or LED displays. And software like Sanjeevani and Mercury or OTRI and IDSP Student or TeleVital. These are the different softwares which are used for telemedicine purposes. Different softwares which are used for telemedicine purposes. Then telemedicine. First thing is location. Location can be located at any prime location away from the patient traffic, near to communication system satellite. It can be located, this telemedicine process can be located anywhere. Like for example, if you have the doctor at one end, and then doctor sends the data, the patient is at one end, he sends the data, the patient data is uploaded in your system, and it is sent, the patient data from the rural or district hospital, it is stored in the system, and it is the data is all analyzed, and the reports and the information about the patient, demographic information and case history of the patient is stored in the database, and it is uploaded. Through satellite communication, the data is retrieved at super specialty hospitals. Through the server you can download. There will be remote doctor will be located, or the expert or specialist will be located at remote location, and from the remote location he will be sending the he will be referring to the details or the particulars of the patient, and thereby he will be guiding the professionals at the rural areas. So the layout, the reception, the telemedicine conference hall, we have the telemedicine library, cafeteria and restrooms. Telemedicine, you have the staffing, that is the head of the department, the consultant, the network manager, program. These are all, these people will be included in the telemedicine process. That is you will be having the various equipments which I have already told, that is the tele microscope, tele ECG machine, all these will be there. Then in addition to that, the location of your telemedicine health, that is the location where the healthcare center is located. It can be located at any non-prime location away from the patient traffic to communication, near to communication system satellite. Then the layout, you have your the layout of this remote location healthcare center is, you have the reception, you have the telemedicine conference hall, telemedicine library, the cafeteria, the restrooms, and the staffing will be the head of the department, the consultant, the network manager, program manager, web developer, telemedicine technicians and telephone attendants will be there. So what are the benefits of using this telemedicine is: window to expertise care, economic for hospital and patients. It also reduces the stress in patients and relatives. It saves travel time of specialists and patients. Good for education and research purpose. It is also good for education and research purpose. Main benefit is the patient need not travel from if it is in an emergency case, he need not travel. He may be seated at a remote location, and the expert can give his opinion, or he can do the surgery, or he can give his expert opinion based upon the condition of the patient. So this is about the benefits of telemedicine. So then we have the two types of telemedicine. That is, the first type is you have store and forward for non-emergency situations. For non-emergency situations, you have the first method or first type of telemedicine technology is store and forward. Store and forward. The second type is, it is a two-way interactive two-way interactive television process. In the two-way interaction television process, first is the store and forward. That means for non-emergency situations, you can store the information of the day of the patient and then you can forward it to the respective expert. Telecardiography, telediopathy and dermatology, all these can be done. You can store the data and forward the data to the respective professional. Two-way interactive television is through video conference, almost equivalent to face-to-face real-time consultation. It will be almost equivalent to face-to-face real-time conversation, real-time consultation. So real-time telemedicine, it is synchronous, then it is it extends from simple to complex. Require both parties at a time must be available, communication links must be there, peripheral devices. Store and forward, we have two types as I told you. Real-time medicine, it is real-time telemedicine is synchronous and it is simple to, it varies from simple to complex. Whereas when we come to the case of store and forward telemedicine, it is asynchronous. Generally, it is simple. Requirement is only patient needed at a time. A structural medical record in the medical record of the patient is maintained in electronic form. Store and forward concept involves compilation and storing of information. You are going to store the information of the patient. The information of the patient will be stored, and storing of information relating to audio, video, images and the clips and ECG, etc. All the medical information about the patient will be stored, and the stored information will be in the digital form, and it will be sent to the expert for review, for interpretation and advice at his or her convenience. Stored and forward. So you, in the stored and forward method, this is for non-emergency situations. It is the case for non-emergency situations. Then the real-time medicine concept involves real-time exchange of information between the two centers simultaneously and communicating interactively. So we have two methods as I told you, the store and forward concept. It involves compilation and storing of information related to audio, video, images and clips, ECG, etc. The stored information in digital form is sent to the expert for review, for interpretation and advice at his or her convenience. Then the real-time telemedicine concept involves real-time exchange of information between the two centers simultaneously and communicating interactively. So your real-time telemedicine concept involves real-time exchange of information between the two centers simultaneously and communicating interactively. So this includes video conferencing, interviewing and examining the patient's, transmission of images of various anatomic sites, oscillation of heart and lung sounds and a continuous review of various images. So this includes video conferencing. That means real-time telemedicine. It may include video conferencing, interviewing and examining the patients, transmission of images of various anatomic sites, oscillation of heart and lung sounds and a continuous review of various images. So what are the various telemedicine initiatives in India? India is characterized by low penetration of healthcare services. India is having very low penetration of healthcare services. 90% of them are secondary, and tertiary healthcare facilities in cities and towns from rural India, where 68% of population lives. So the primary healthcare facilities for rural population is highly inadequate. The primary healthcare facilities for rural areas is inadequate. Around 75% is of qualified consulting doctors practice in urban centers. Around 75% of qualified consulting doctors practice in urban centers, and 23% in semi-urban areas, and 2% from rural areas, whereas majority of the patients come from rural areas. Majority of the patients, they come from rural areas. So hospital bed 100 people is 0.19 in rural and 2.2 in urban areas. So this is the statistics. So many programs worldwide using variety of telemedicine technologies. Some of them are Department of Information Technology, Indian Space Research Organizations. They are using this telemedicine technologies. Then we have Apollo Hospitals, Asia Heart Foundation, and state governments are using the telemedicine technologies also. So coming to the block diagram of telemedicine, this is the block diagram of telemedicine. We have the various reports, like you can see in the first part, you can see the online ECG, the X-ray ECG, stored ECG. Then we have the pathological reports, CT scans, MRI, and other data. All the data, it is sent to the server, and from the server it is sent to, you have a printer to take a printout, and then it is sent to the image display, and using the video camera you can send that data. So through the satellite, the video conferencing, we have video images, moving images, then video conference and audio messages or video clippings. They can be sent to the server. From the server through the satellite, they are being taken up to at a remote location. Remotely located server will be accessing all the data. That data will be stored, and it can be utilized by the experts to take the decisions for the diagnosis purpose. So this is the basic of all telemedicine system block diagram. So the essential components, as we have seen the figure, the essential components of the to be considered in telemedicine. What are the essential components that are to be considered in telemedicine? The components relating to be considered essential in view of telemedicine are primary patient data. The data of the patient, his name, his age, his occupation, his sex, his or her sex, the address, then telephone number, all this primary patient data, registration number, etc. All this data is first taken. Then the next part is your patient history. That is his personal and family history and diagnostic reports. If he is suffering with any ailment, what are the reports, what are the different reports which has given the conclusion that he is suffering with a particular disease is being recorded. That is called patient history. And the third one is clinical information. The clinical information, that is signs and symptoms and interpretations of the data obtained from direct or indirect patient observation. Clinical information is the signs. Suppose some treatment is, he has undergone some treatment, some observations that are made when the treatment was going on, or whatever the when the treatment has started, what are the signs and symptoms? Is there any decrease in the in the suffering of the patient, or is there any change in the state of the patient is being interpreted. So that is all clinical information. Then the next one is investigation. Investigation includes the complete analysis report of the hematology and biochemistry tests, stool and urine examinations. Okay, so these are all the investigations. Data and reports. That means complete in the investigation you have the, suppose you're suffering, if a patient is suffering with fever or with unknown so all the reports, like for example you need to analyze the reports, the complete blood picture of the patient, the biochemistry tests or the stool and urine examinations. What are the interpretations, what are the investigations they have done, and the analysis reports, that is called investigations. Data and reports, radiographs, MRI, CT, ultrasound and nuclear medicine images and reports and pathology slides, electrocardiogram, spirogram, all these reports, all the data and the various reports are also being maintained. So these are the essential components that are to be considered in telemedicine. The essential components that are to be considered in telemedicine are the primary patient data, the patient history, clinical information, investigation, data and reports. Coming to the lastly to the applications of telemedicine. Telemedicine has various widespread applications. They are used in telepathology, microscopic images of pathology, slides and biopsy reports can be sent and experts' opinions can be sought. So microscopic images of pathology, slides and biopsy reports, they can be sent and experts' opinions can be sought. Telecardiology, ECG, echocardiography, color Doppler information can be transmitted and diagnosis can be made. ECG, echocardiography, color Doppler information can be transmitted and diagnosis can be made. Then teleradiology, that is X-ray, CT or MRI images can be transmitted from one location to another location for the interpretation by expert and consultation. These are the various areas where telemedicine has found its applications. Telementoring, physicians and paramedical staff can be trained as per the requirements. So telementoring, the physicians and paramedical staff, they can be trained as per the requirement. Then teleconsultation. So specialists can be consulted by transmitting the electronic patient's record. Okay. So specialists, they can be consulted by transmitting the electronic patient's record. Then telepsychiatry, patients can be counseled by psychiatrists. Then telesurgery, experienced surgeons can guide the local on-site surgical surgeon to carry out the required surgery on emergency basis. Or where a patient cannot be reached. Then teleophthalmology, local eye surgeon can be guided at each stage of surgery by an expert. So local eye surgeon, he can be guided by each stage of an surgery by an expert. Tele-education, delivery of medical programs to the physicians and paramedics located at smaller towns who are professionally isolated from the major medical centers. They are professionally isolated from the major medical centers. So what are some of the benefits of telemedicine? The access time, the time of travel and the expenses. These can be reduced. Then So these are the various areas or where it's used. So looking to the past experiences of some successes of telemedicine, that is video conferencing accompanied by data and image transfer. Lively, you are going to transfer the data. Common software usage at both ends, thus globalization of single database software. So trained personnel is equally important and it is necessary at the patient end. Successful remuneration system to attract private practitioners is also needed. It is feasible to set up, there are other ways, the challenges or the drawbacks with this, limitations with this telemedicine technology is low, by neither telephone lines nor electricity in rural areas, then it is very difficult. You need a transmission of data or information. Unstable electrical supply is also a biggest challenge, and other challenges are patients' fear and unfamiliarity. The patients, they may not be readily accepting this method of surgery, telemedicine. Okay, so the challenges are patients' fear and unfamiliarity, financial unavailability, lack of basic amenities, literacy rate and diversity in languages, then quality aspects, and government support is also needed in this case, and perspective of medical practitioners. So these are the areas where the telemedicine is lagging behind. But when we come to the advantages, increase public access to healthcare, provides access in rural areas, then decrease wait times, it decrease unnecessary hospital visits, decrease healthcare costs, increase continuity of care, increase patient compliance with aftercare, immediacy of information provided to clients to help them meet their needs. So these are all the benefits are there, but disadvantages is decreased face-to-face interaction, risk of decreasing quality of care, and concern with security, concerns with maintaining confidentiality. It concerns with maintaining the confidentiality. So these are the drawbacks with this telemedicine technology. So what is telemedicine? What is its definition? Telemedicine, it is nothing but use of medical information exchanged from one side to another via electronic communications to improve a patient's clinical health status. It can be defined as the use of medical information exchanged from one side to another via electronic communications to improve a patient's clinical health status. So it is focused on patient care, telehealth, mobile health, remote monitoring or outsourced specialty services. All these are used. Why we go for telemedicine? Because of physician shortage, then distribution of expertise, and it works cost saving, and some patients may like it. That's why this is about your telemedicine. Then what are according to World Health Organization, a telemedicine is defined as delivery of healthcare services where distance is a critical factor by all the healthcare professionals using information and communication technology for exchange of valid information, for diagnosis, for treatment, and for prevention of diseases and injuries. research and evaluation, and for continuing education of healthcare providers, all in the interest of advancing the health of individuals and their communities. So its importance is very important. It is the application of telecommunication and computer technology to deliver healthcare from one location to another location. It involves the usage of information technology to deliver timely. The importance of telemedicine is to deliver timely health services to those who are in need by electronic transmission of necessary expertise and information among geographically dispersed parties, including physicians and patients, resulting in better care and management of the available resources to increase cost effectiveness. It includes both hardware, software, and medical equipment and communication link. So telemedicine technology includes hardware, software, medical equipment, and telecommunication link. So the essentials or parameters for telemedicines are based on multimedia computing. It supports live multi-way conversation between physicians and patients. So facility of offline consultation among healthcare team members is also possible. A detailed electronic patient record is to be created so that the necessary information can be accessed when desired. So what are the functions? The video conferencing between patient and specialist doctor is possible. Video conferencing between different specialists and other healthcare professionals is possible. Monitoring patient vitals and statistics in ICU, security in data connection, and transfer of patients' medical data among hospitals, and storage of information. All this is possible. So the functionality is the remote doctor. What does he do? He identifies the need of telemedicine opinion. He prepares the electronic patient for telemedicine. This includes patient demographical information, the patient's personal and family history, his medical data in the form of images, video signals, graphical display, audio, and reports. That patient data or patient file is compressed and transferred through various communication media. The expert views the data and interprets the medical data. Experts give his opinions in computerized format, or he may do the video conferencing. During the video conferencing, data can be sent to the expert. Interactive whiteboard or chat or live medical image conferencing can also be done. The types of telemedicine is interactive telemedicine services, specialist and primary care consultations, store and forward telemedicine, remote monitoring, and imaging services. Coming to the types of telemedicine, we have store and forward information, that is for non-emergency cases or solution situations, and like telecardiography, teleradiopathy, or teledermatology. And in the two-way interactive television, video conferencing is done almost equivalent to face-to-face real-time conversation or real-time consultation. So store and forward concept involves compilation and storing of information relating to audio, video, images, and clips, ECG, etc. The stored information in digital form is sent to the expert for review, interpretation, and advice at his or her convenience. The real-time telemedicine concept involves real-time exchange of information between the two centers simultaneously and communicating interactively. So this includes video conferencing, interviewing and examining the patients, transmission of various anatomic sites, escalation of heart and lung sounds, and continuous review of various images. The essential components in the block diagram are primary patient data, that is the name, their age, the occupation, the sex, telephone data, telephone number, the registration number, all this data is the primary patient data. Then your patient history is maintained, personal and family history and diagnostic reports are taken. Then clinical information, that is the signs and symptoms and interpretations of the data obtained from direct or indirect patient observation, that is the clinical information. Then investigation, complete analysis reports of the hematography and biochemistry tests, and then stool and urine examinations, all those investigation is done. And data and report, that is radiographs or MRI and CT scans or ultrasound and nuclear medicine images and reports, the pathology sites and electrocardiographs, spirograms. So this is the about the description of the block diagram of telemedicine and its application. We have widespread applications. They are used in telepathography, telecardiography, teleradiology, telementoring. Pathology is microscopic images of pathology, slides and biopsy reports can be sent and expert opinions can be taken. Then telecardiography, the echocardiography or color Doppler effect, they can be transmitted and diagnosis can be made. Teleradiography, the CRT, X-rays, CTs, X-rays and MRI scan images can be transmitted from one location to another for interpretation of by expert and consultation. Telementoring, physicians and nurses or paramedical staff can be trained as per the requirement. Teleconsultation, specialists can be consulted by transmitting the electronic patient record. Then telepsychiatrist, patients can be counseled by the psychiatrist. Telesurgery, experienced surgeons can guide the local or on-site surgeon to carry out the required surgery on emergencies basis where a patient cannot be reached. Then teleophthalmology, local eye surgeon can be guided at the stage of surgery by an expert. Then teleeducation, delivery of medical programs to the physicians and paramedics located at smaller towns who are professionally isolated from major medical centers. So these are the applications of telemedicine. So telemedicine is always a one small step for IT and a giant leap for healthcare. To conclude my presentation, telemedicine is a one small step for IT and a giant leap to healthcare. So today we have dealt the concepts of telemedicine, importance of telemedicine, functionality of telemedicine, types of telemedicine and block diagram of telemedicine and its applications of telemedicine. So with this I would like to end my presentation today.